Good evening, everyone. A 9 on your side I-team investigation prompted Mayor John Cranley to call for an audit into how a local nonprofit spends your tax dollars.
The Center for Closing the Health Gap received $1 million in city funds this year, and now it's asking for another $1 million next year. I-team reporter Hillary Lake has been digging into this story for weeks. Hillary, what'd you find out?
Well, the small charity is supposed to be using tax dollars to promote better health and provide fresh food in underserved neighborhoods. But the I-team found much of its money is spent on its employees, including a CEO who receives nearly $250,000 a year, prompting one expert to say the health gap has failed in its mission.
A trip to the grocery store is merely a mirage in this food desert. People who call Walnut Hills home now must rely on other options to buy healthy food.
How important is it that he stocks fruits and vegetables for you?
It's really important because if he's got fruits and vegetables, that means you will come and he'll come and,
Sean Reese now shops for healthy food a few blocks away from the closed Kroger at Johnny's Market. Signs advertising "Eat Fresh, Feel Good" indicate this is a healthy corner store, one of the dozen programs through the Center for Closing the Health Gap to promote healthy choices in underserved communities.
Do you go back and check in with the store owners? Do you go back and visit the stores? How does that work?
Yes, we actually go in bi-weekly. We have outreach workers that go into those stores.
Renee Mahaffey-Harris, the Health Gap's executive director, says the group is exceeding the city's minimum performance goal of 11 healthy corner stores.
We have about 13 in 8 communities.
The group's $1 million grant in part depends on meeting that minimum goal of 11 stores. The I-team visited 10 of those locations and found relatively empty food bins. In some cases, store managers told us they either didn't know about the program or they were no longer part of it. Today, in an email to the I-team, the Health Gap admitted only 4 stores are participating, falling far below the organization's performance goal for funding.
What we provide is knowledge, so we may train them on how to handle the produce, how to remove that rotten fruit so that it doesn't spoil the whole batch. So that's what we're training. That's that partnership. It is a partnership.
Harris tells the I-team that partnership also carries over into the Health Gap's other work, training community members to advocate for healthy choices among neighbors.
We don't deliver programs. We are training people how to fish.
There are many groups, including our own health department, that provides direct services in many cases to the minority population. Could those dollars be better spent?
City Councilman Kevin Flynn is also alarmed that the Health Gap spends $737,500 on salaries for 11 employees. They also pay former Cincinnati Mayor Dwight Tillery $232,000 for his role as CEO. The I-team asked nonprofit expert David Van Slyke, a professor at Syracuse University, to review documents about the Health Gap spending.
I was surprised to see the salary of the executive director and the salary of the CEO.
And about those corner stores?
That fundamentally is not meeting that goal that the nonprofit is saying that it's going to deliver on.
We have a fiduciary obligation to make sure that every dollar is spent in a way that brings the biggest bang for that buck.
Now this afternoon, Dwight Tillery, the Health Gap's founder and CEO, responded to our investigation on the organization's Facebook page. Here's part of what he had to say.
This is really an attack on black people by those who are in positions of power to continue to beat us down, but we're not going down.
And Tillery has also called a press conference for Monday. We'll be there and bring you the latest. The Health Gap is also asking Hamilton County for a grant for the first time. It wants $2.5 million to expand its work. If you go to WCPO.com right now, you can read more about some of the other programs this organization spends your tax dollars on. Back to you.